Good Friday morning, guys. My name is Jerry Miller, and welcome to Real Talk. This is an insider's guide to real estate, life, and the pursuit of happiness, powered by the YES Team Realtors, Keith and Yonna Smith. It is a 4th of July weekend, and we have a proud American on set. Three proud Americans on set. Judah, if you can go to the studio camera, and let's welcome Yonna Smith. I'm just joking. Keith, my best buddy over here, and Yonna Smith today on the show. Let me start with you, distinguished gentlemen. Come on, you know I love you here. All right, ladies first. Ladies first.
Good morning.
Good morning, my friend.
How are you?
I'm doing well.
Happy Friday, happy, wonderful 4th of July weekend. And sent out a nice little message this morning. I was doing my 5-mile walk and had a beautiful, beautiful impression of the main beach at Lake Monticello and sent it out with all my happiest 4th of July wishes.
I saw that.
It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was, you walked out on the lake, you saw that. I mean, what a way to start.
Absolutely. You know, I stopped in the track, and I said, okay, I need to take a picture of that and share this with the world and show how proud I am of this country. Beach Tree. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful.
Beach Tree at Lake Monticello. I saw it on our Facebook. It was breathtaking.
It was beautiful. And it was truly that serene and that beautiful. So, anyhow, glad to see you.
Glad to be here. We're doing well. This is a special edition.
Yes.
And one of the special editions, this man's brilliant idea, is we're going to showcase a story of being a proud American through the eyes of someone who fought for citizenship.
Yes, I did.
And we'll spotlight the Monticello ceremony that means so much to these guys. We'll talk shop and real estate. You have a number of agents watching the program. My friend, where do you want to start?
Yeah, I'm trying to think, was the last time that Yonna was sat across from us?
It was about a year ago.
It was the 4th of July show.
Last 4th of July.
It was the last 4th of July show.
Yes.
Wow.
We looked.
Yes.
Really?
It was.
Yeah.
It was. It's been a while. So I was behind the scene for a year. Now I'm allowed out again.
She's always allowed out. This is going to be such a good
for me to stutter.
Yes,
takes a little bit. So I got my seatbelt on because I got a feeling that between you and my wife, I'm going to have to be playing catch-up ball today. But you know, we talked about this on Tuesday. This will be the first time since we've actually been here that we will not be attending the 4th of July naturalization ceremony at Monticello because they're not having it.
They are having it virtually.
Virtually. I mean,
yes.
in person.
Yes.
And we talked about that on Tuesday. And, you know, if you ever really want to hit the what it feels like to be American reset button is, and we talked about this, what they do is at the end of the ceremony, they pass a microphone on and they talk about their experiences. And so I asked Yonna to come back on because this is important to us, to talk a little bit about her immigrant experience and edge. So I think I'm going to get out of the way and let her chat for a little bit.
It's been a wonderful journey. I mean, if you think about it, it started about, it gave away my age, it started about 40 plus years ago. I think I told this story once before. I heard the Rhapsody in Blue by George Gershwin when I was 10, 11 years old, I think, about that age. And I said, I want to go ahead and find this country that plays such beautiful music. I mean, I had no idea that eventually I'm going to really end up there, but, you know, fast forward 20 years later, I am in the country, which is absolutely, you know, mind-blowing if you think about it. Journey was actually interesting, to say the least. Left Austria in 1985 and initially came to Canada. And after, you know, Keith got out of the service, we decided to go ahead and go back home, meaningly his home in New York. And that's sort of where the journey started because the Canadians were quite ready to get rid of me, but the Americans were not quite ready to welcome me. So it was just one of these things that, you know, it just took us a little while to get there. And from there on out, I can honestly tell you, it's been a wonderful journey. I became a U.S. citizen in 2006. We'll always remember the ceremony that we had here in Charlottesville. Unfortunately, I was not able to make it to the 4th of July celebration because my father at that time was very ill. So I had to go home instantly. But I was listening to something this morning talk about the American dream. I am living the American dream. I really am living it. I have the opportunity to work here, live here, make a difference, raise my family, share some great opportunities, with you, with my husband, and, with Judah and everybody.
And Liza.
And Liza.
You said him first, not me first.
I was sitting next to her.
We'll talk later.
Got it.
So it's been a wonderful journey, a growing experience, a personal experience that, I just hope that anybody who is sort of down and out about America the Beautiful, just really listen to some of the stories that people tell you that they what they have endured to get here. And the opportunities are just so plentiful and ever grateful. So, but that's really my story.
I think we should turn that into a highlight reel and play it on the I Love CVille show, Judah. Are most journeys as arduous and long for citizenship in America as yours?
I would say there's some journeys that are longer than that, especially when you come from certain countries that just have a little bit more challenges as far as, relationship with the United States is concerned. But I can tell you for the most part, it's been well worth it. I mean, I would not regret. I have never regretted the step that we had to take in order to get where I am today. I mean, if you think about it,
20 years.
20 years ago, yeah. Yasmina, our older daughter, she is a dual citizen as well. She has American citizenship and Austrian citizenship. So, that's an opportunity that she's always going to, be able to take, not take advantage of, but enjoy.
Enjoy, yeah.
Yes.
She actually had a Canadian
citizenship because she was born in Canada.
Yeah.
Wow.
When I was attached to the U.S. embassies. So Yonna's being typical Yonna, very reserved and very refined. The process was extremely arduous.
It was arduous, yes, but I'm sure it was.
And, not only arduous, but at some levels just downright evasive, right? It took us...
How so?
Well, so Yonna, it took us 20 years to get through that. So I'll tell a story. Can I tell the green card story?
Ooh.
Can I tell the green card story?
Sure.
I think you almost have to.
Sure.
now.
No,
Shorten
well,
it,
you could
though.
say no,
Shorten
and I
it.
would agree. I would do it.
Shorten
Mrs.
it, though,
Smith.
please. And
Shorten it.
family-friendly words, please.
Family-friendly
Words.
words.
Yes, shorten it, please.
Anything? Any other parameters?
No.
That's it.
Go ahead.
I'm good to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Go right
So
ahead.
I'm attached to the U.S. embassies in Ottawa, Canada. I'm a Marine. So at the time, my direct report was the ambassador. The green cards that Yonna needed was given out in Montreal, which was a consulate, which was an hour and 45 minutes away. So Yonna, let me see, we just had our first child. We got married. Yonna was 2 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks after the pregnancy.
Yes, after Yasmina was born.
I needed to report into Langley. I needed to go, right? My daughter could come with me because she was a U.S. citizen. Yonna didn't have a green card. I couldn't get her into the country. So I'm going to Montreal to get this. So to put in a little bit of perspective, Yonna and I were behind the Iron Curtain together the first half of the 80s. Yonna was born in Beirut, right? She doesn't even have her birth certificate because 2 days after she was born, the hospital was firebombed.
Yes.
So we go all the way, an hour and a half drive, hour and 45 minutes drive. We go to Montreal, sit in front of this young guy that just was out of college, and he literally thought he caught this was something you don't hear nowadays, a communist terrorist. Right?
Spy on top of it.
A spy on top of it.
Yeah, he
and
thought I was a
drilling
spy.
her and drilling her and drilling her. And he didn't really know who I was.
He thought you were a spy
Oh, yeah.
and didn't know what you were doing.
Didn't know who I was because I never wore a uniform and
You were
all
on the DL.
On the DL. So I grabbed the back of her, sit her down, and say, "Thank you very much. Thank you, sir, for your time." And I got up and we drove back, knocked on the ambassador's door, and I said, "Hey, da-da-da-da-da." And he goes, "Smitty, I got it." Picks up the phone, puts a series of four-letter words together, which I didn't realize you could combine together, and told the guy he had 45 minutes to bring the green card, which was an hour and 45-minute job. 45 minutes later, he handed it to him.
How did he do it?
He just did it because the ambassador said do it.
Right.
My point of the story is this process has always been difficult.
It is, yes.
And we
but so
were-
many have done it before.
Talk about privileged. We were
Yeah.
privileged,
Yeah, we
right?
were.
Because I had connections and
Yeah.
I could knock on an ambassador's door. the people that can't do that, it's horrible.
It is
It's
definitely.
an arduous process. So to round it around to the story of the ceremony, when they hand that microphone out, listen to these people.
Gives me chills every time.
They go through these things to go ahead and do that. And then it took us, almost 20 years later to get your actual
Passport.
citizenship. And it
Yeah.
was a lot of hard work to do it.
Yeah. The journeys, though, that other people are going through is, I mean, I came from a country that is peaceful. I mean, I have a neutral country, but the stories that you're referring to of people, coming from people who come from
No.
countries who are either prosecuted, persecuted, they literally have to flee the country. They are, I mean, there's stories that are just, I get chills just thinking about it, to be honest with you. Like I said, I'm very, very blessed.
So if you ever really sit down and talk to an immigrant, and there's a bunch of real estate agents that actually are immigrants, it's amazing how American they are. And they, and it's like anything. After a while, you take it for advantage. So you just don't know, but yeah.
Well,
So-
but there's also a lot of interesting parts that come with it, along with it. I mean, just imagine the fact that I'm able to say I go home and I come home. So I have
except for now.
I have the heritage, that I will always have in my heart, and I can bring this heritage here. Vice versa, I can take what I'm learning here and what opportunities I have here
To home.
and to home. So I think this is an amazing opportunity.
That's
if you
about
think about
as
it.
American can get.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, if you think about that, that's for me. I think this is the perfect opportunity. And like I said, the American dream is alive, no matter what everybody says. And again, it's about what you make out of it. It's about what your dreams are. It's about what your goals are that you wanted to go ahead and get accomplished. And I'm by nature a very positive person,
You
as
are.
you probably know.
Yeah. I love that quality about you.
Oh, thank you. But I can honestly tell you, I've gone through the turmoils and the hardship of this country with my heart and soul as much as probably anybody else did. I mean, I was just thinking about this. What this country has gone through for the past 4 months shows you how resilient we really are. I mean, if you really think about that. It's comparable to 9/11, outside of the tragedies, obviously, but there's tragedies involved too.
Sure.
But it shows you, hey, I can do this. I just have to keep positive as much as I possibly can. And if I can make a difference in somebody else's life and say, hey, come on, how about a smile? How about a thank you? How about, here's my hand, let me help you. These are sort of the things that are just absolutely amazing. That absolutely floor me.
Isn't she an awesome lady?
That was beautiful.
Isn't she an
That was
awesome lady?
beautiful. I mean, because we are currently in a time of turmoil
Totally.
and uncertainty.
Totally. And
But
it's
we
just
don't
how
want-
we deal with it. It's just how we deal with it. And I think that the strength that you have coming here, seeing what really the fabric of this country is all about, have taught me so much that,
Well, we're very fortunate because, we both did, like most folks, didn't come from a lot, right?
No,
And we
no.
were very fortunate. I did in the Marine Corps. Yonna went to the Austrian State Department.
Yep.
Just to put it in perspective, and I thank her every day. Yonna was on the track to being an ambassador and left all that to come live with me in the United States. So that thank you, honey.
I would.
Every day I think of that.
Thank you. You're welcome. Anytime. I would
So-
do it anytime. Really, I would.
I
I really would.
But the point I was trying to make is we had the opportunity to visit real third world countries, right? To visit what it's like to be on the other side. We lived under communism, right? We understand what that all means, and unless you have an opportunity to live that for a period of time, the perspective is a little different. But we talk about this on the show all the time, and we're very sensitive to this. And listen, learn, and act, right? So it's pretty cool.
Scott Morris is watching.
Hey,
He's
Scott.
loving what he's hearing. Andre
Thank you, Scott.
Xavier, the Brazilian entrepreneur,
There you
Yes.
go.
watching the show,
Thank you.
loving what he's hearing.
Love to hear his story.
Dick Kelly says, I absolutely appreciate this dialogue. Amanda Toplowski, Brett Lillard, Stephanie Rhodes, Jamie Schwartz, Bob Shada, all watching the show.
you.
A number of agents, your brother-in-law, James watching,
There you go.
James Watson watching the show. Guys, give the show a like and a share.
Yeah, so we just kind of wanted to start it off on this. It's a great
It's perfect.
it's perfect
For this
timing.
time.
But I want to take an opportunity and migrate to what you're doing
Yeah.
for the fireworks.
Okay?
Right,
Thank
you
you.
know,
Thank you.
and before I do that, please Google 4th of July naturalization ceremony. They're doing it live, you know, excuse me, they're doing it on,
Virtually.
virtually, excuse me. Get an opportunity to watch that, particularly to the end, and listen to the stories. You'll learn something. You'll learn something about yourself, actually, what you'll do on that. So where are we at with the fireworks?
We are at $35,719.
Nice job.
So
Nice
$700 is going to Blue Ridge Food Bank.
And guys, you can still donate. And we've had a number of corporate donations. And one of the phenomenal ones that is a part of this program, Interstate Pest and Service Companies, last night, and I'm going to pass this back to you. Last night, Interstate Pest and Service Companies threw $800 at it to push us over $35,000. Crutchfield, the local state farms, local businesses. And what I'm going to throw to you, and I think you already know, it shows you the value of a local and someone that is a trusted advisor and what they do, Keith, for our community.
Oh.
This is not the Rocket Mortgages of the world that are
Great
saving
news.
the fireworks of Charlottesville. This is the Interstate Pest and Service Companies, the Crutchfields, the McWeem State Farms.
These are the people that you can pick this thing up and have a conversation with.
We see on the downtown mall.
And we see on the downtown mall and we wander in there. So I want to keep this going, right? Because it's so important that anything above $35,000 is going to feed hungry people.
Because they're strapped right now.
Oh,
the Blue
man.
Ridge Area Food Bank.
They are big time strapped. Matter of fact, CAR just put out an initiative for real estate agents to do that. So you can either donate to this and the money goes to there, or through CAR, and we'll put the portal up on the feed here later on today. But come on, man, let's feed some folks. You know, there's a lot of hungry folks that we just had this conversation about coming from different parts of the world where we used to see folks starving. We're the richest country in the world. Let's get some money in here, get some food in some folks' bellies. So
The fabulous Trevor Daniel just shared the show.
Hey.
Welcome, Trevor and Mona.
Thank you,
Thank you
Trevor.
for sharing the
thank
feed.
you.
Laura Kelly, watching the program now. Fabulous musician.
yeah, and she's getting
Yeah.
close to being number one, right? She's in the
Paramount.
At the Paramount.
Nice
Charlottesville's Got
job.
Talent. Our
Nice
buddy
job.
Quentin Beckham has
Nice.
tuned in.
Hey,
Good,
Quentin.
thank you. Hi, Quentin.
What's up, buddy?
Yeah, so you know, let's get it across the thing. When we were on the show on Tuesday, did we ever get an answer where you can view that from?
Yes. I do have that answer for you. So it depends on cloud clearance.
Sure.
Typically, yes.
Yeah, if the skyline is clear and there's not much clouds, the expectation is a 60-mile radius.
Oh, wow.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That's cool.
He's got the and Bob Shot is watching.
Yeah.
Yes.
Literally right now. He's got the biggest, and correct me, you know this better than I do. Is it mortars? Is it the, you know what I'm talking about, the fire?
How am I supposed to know?
I don't know what it is. Bob, can you put this in the feed? Bob Shot is watching.
Let's put it this way: they're going to go up high.
Yeah.
There
He's
you
got the biggest, he said he's got the biggest
Yeah.
ones he's ever purchased.
Cool.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. So the top of the
That's
mountain, this
amazing.
is going to go up high, and if there's no cloud cover,
People can see it.
Yes, otherwise we
60-mile radius.
Yeah. And
That's-
the beautiful thing.
it's
So that's 30 miles anyway.
That's right. Well, no. 60-mile radius is one way from the mountain. 30 miles one way would be diameter.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that would be diameter.
Are we going to talk adjectives now?
No, it's geometry.
I just wanted to say basic math class.
That's-
You know,
yeah.
what's the diameter?
So we got to get Mona. Mona, get me a geometry cheat sheet.
Quentin Beckham says, hello, Yonna, more Yonna. More
More
Yonna. Right, more Yonna for Quentin Beckham.
Thanks, Quentin.
Bob Shada says 3, 6, and 8 in cans. I need a little more than that, Bob. I'm not sure what that means. I think that just basically means they're big and they go pow.
They do what now?
They go pow.
Pow?
They go pow. Are you excited for that?
I am.
I
Now
think
that
this
I
is
know this, I
phenomenal.
can sit in my back porch
It's
and
phenomenal.
watch the fireworks, assuming the cloud cover is good, because we're, as the crow flies, about 12 miles.
Yeah, you're in a good spot.
Yeah.
I'm super excited about that, I tell you that.
Yeah.
That's going to be absolutely amazing.
Did you see Piedmont close their campus?
I did not.
Piedmont closed their campus for the fireworks show.
Nice.
So we cannot go to Piedmont to watch it. The idea with the show was we could enjoy this from the comfort of our cars.
okay, got it.
Or from our homes, so we could social distance.
Well, with that type of radius, I mean, you'll be able to see it anywhere. Does anybody know what the projected cloud cover is?
Bob says the size of the rockets, 8 can't be used in the city as they break windows, but where we're doing it, they can be used.
Wow.
So Wendell
Wow.
Wood has
So
offered
he's-
his mountain.
So you're doing 8-inch diameter.
Yeah, that's
That's
humongous.
pretty
That's
big,
pretty big,
guys.
yeah.
That's going to
Wow.
be
Yeah,
huge.
it's not like the black cats that you and I were lighting on the sidewalks when we were kids. Did you
I
ever
never-
do that?
I never did that.
I have to tell you, Lake Monticello, actually, their 4th of July fireworks used to be pretty powerful too. And if you remember, Keith, they were only able to shoot it if the cloud cover was low, just because of the fact they need to go above the tree line
Right.
and see it. So
Is the lake doing a fireworks?
No,
no,
that's
no,
what I'm
no,
saying.
I think
no.
it's the only one.
Yeah, so
telling-
we really need to find the highest spot in the.
Not really. I think we can sit in our backyard and
Yeah,
watch
I didn't
the
realize
fire.
that Piedmont closed down. I'm sorry to hear that.
Bob is saying maybe the best spot to watch the fireworks could be 5th Street Station, which would be right at the base of
Oh,
Wendell's
yeah,
property.
yeah, there you
That vast parking lot.
go. There you go.
So this could be almost, Yona, like a drive-in movie theater.
Oh, yeah.
But for fireworks.
Perfect. Talk about
Speaking
driving
of
movies.
that, did you see the thing in the
Walmart?
new? Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Will you stop finishing my
Sorry, we spent way too much time together. That's a great move for them, don't you think?
I think it was a freaking awesome, great
Yeah.
move.
Driving movie theaters.
At Walmart parking lots.
Nice job. You know where it is? The only one that's left here in
Is it
Central.
in Gordonsville?
Flavanna-
Goochland, the
Goochland,
mineral.
that's right,
Yeah,
That place is awesome.
totally sold out. I drove by the other day because I had a client down there. Totally sold out for the next 3-4 weeks.
That makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you talk about Walmart and whatever. I mean, you can go to all these large. If that kind of radius, you can sit in the mall, right?
Dan Pettit, your friend's watching, he
Thank you.
obviously loves Yonna
yeah,
Smith.
sure.
Oh, I
He
know
says-
Dan
Me,
forever.
not so much.
He says the
I've
giant
no- I-
parking lot is
Yeah.
where he suggests. Dan
Good.
Pettit says, Jessica Russo and Brian Combs, welcome to the program. I'm getting this from Grace. She says, we're going to be watching next to Wegmans.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a
People are
good
already
point.
scoping out their spots.
So we
the
need to camp, honey. You and I need to camp.
we're going to camp.
That's it.
We're camping now.
That's it.
Yeah, I
you
think
know?
you could see it from the lake if the clearing is good.
Yeah, you need to
Well, I
find
mean-
a good spot, but we'll figure. I guess we'll figure that one out. But just a thought that we're gonna have a fireworks.
I'm
just beautiful.
thinking the mall's parking lot,
Which one?
the Fashion Square Mall.
Fashion Square Mall? Do you
Is
think
it
that
is
one?
it high enough?
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to go that high, I mean, you should be able
Yeah,
to see it.
well-
One of them that's a really good spot is anywhere on Pantops.
That is true.
Oh, yeah.
That's true because we used to watch the fireworks.
The
at
New
their
Year's
shop.
Eve fireworks from Pantops.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
from
right.
what, the Giant Shopping Center?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
that's
you
what
go.
Dan is saying. He's doing.
Yeah, got it.
The Giant Shopping Center. Welcome Logan Foster to the program. So
So put in the feed where you're going to watch the fireworks so
Yeah.
other folks can join
The
us socially.
the secret is out.
The secret is
The
out.
secret is out.
I think Dan's idea is a good idea.
that is a
Good
really
idea.
good idea.
I think
I
that,
think all the shopping center parking lots are going to have some folks in it.
Sure.
And Piedmont, I think they realized how exciting, how anticipation and
Mm-hmm.
excited the community was. So they're doing the right thing.
by them, they're doing it
Yeah,
right.
but by them, exactly right.
Wonderful.
But, so,
Patsy Strong says hello.
hey, Patsy.
Hey, Patsy.
So how are we getting the word out? Like
For-
what we're doing,
We're
right?
doing right now?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so what I've noticed is, and what the committee's noticed is, when we talk about it here,
Yep,
guess what happens?
we get more money.
Donations come in. Donations come in. So Bob and Ray and Barbara, the Smiths, came in here and they said, this means a lot to us.
Absolutely.
We're going to allocate some of our airtime to this endeavor. Judah, if you can get the GoFundMe link on screen, because the additional proceeds are going to something that means a lot to you.
Also
So to
me.
all of us.
Yeah.
Blue Ridge Area
Means a
Food
lot
Bank.
to all of
I've
us,
worked
yeah.
with them. I just actually meant to chime in on that. If you want to have a humbling experience, volunteer.
Oh, yeah. At a soup kitchen or a food bank?
Unbelievable.
Well, Yonna does it in
Unbelievable.
Flavanna County,
I
right?
do it in Flavanna County. Yeah, I do volunteer as much as I possibly can, and we do have twice a year we have our food drive that we go ahead and make sure that as part of a little get together, we make sure that people bring
So
food.
we have a
and
gathering
food
at our
and
house
have
every
a
year.
gathering at our house. So
And people bring in food
Bring in
and
food.
stuff that we
Awesome.
can do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's awesome. Jody Mills, welcome to the
Hey,
show.
Jody, how you
Aaron
doing?
King from Feast, hello, and thank you
Hello.
for joining
Thanks
us
for
on
joining.
the show.
So
Keith,
we wanted to start with that, the 4th of July and the fireworks, and give some kudos out to everybody. And, please keep those dollars rolling, because we're going to feed some folks. So, bring it on in and park in the parking lot and watch some fireworks for 30 minutes.
Dan says, bring me some popcorn.
Okay, Dan.
I know
Yes,
Dan
Dan.
forever long.
Dan is the man.
He
I've
is-
known Dan
he's
for a long
the
time.
long time.
Yona's known him for how many years?
Oh, quite many years,
Almost
25, 30 years.
almost 30 years, yeah.
Justine Montgomery says, hello, everyone from Vermont.
Vermont,
Yeah, so
yes.
Justine just bought her close on our first home in Vermont.
Good job, Justine.
Yes, job. Yes,
Congratulations.
Job. Home sweet home.
Now get home. I need you.
Brandon Harrop, welcome to the program. He's giving you guys some love right now. So is John Hunt in Keswick.
you.
My friend, what do you think?
So I kind of pivot back to what we were talking about, the septic reports and stuff like that. That was a pretty hot topic on Tuesday. So
can say yes.
there's been some movement forward. I'm looking forward to Mr. Wells coming in on next Tuesday to really talk about what interstate pest control can do. But
It's Interstate Pest and Service Company.
service company, I apologize. So they are licensed and ready to go as the first. So if anybody needs some help, they can do this trifecta thing we talked about before, which is the termite, the water, and the septic. But there's a little bit of a lack of guidance from the state. Go figure. But I think we've got it covered. There's the pool of people to do it is rather shallow.
Right.
But I think in a short period of time they'll kind of catch up with it on it. So, but I just wanted to get out there that there was some question if Interstate could do it or not, and they can. So, so just a little shout out to
That's
them.
exciting. Interstate Pest and Service Company is phenomenal, locally owned business. Since we covered this on the last show, your phone's been ringing. This is a hot topic. So you're offering some clarity. These are the options that we have here if you need this work done.
Yeah, so the way the law reads, just to paraphrase it, it has to be somebody who's licensed, which Interstate has done, or being an installer, or for lack of a better term, what we would call an operator. So that is somebody who actually operates a septic system, or an engineer, so like a soils engineer, such as the Gooch family, right? And there's a bunch of other ones out there. And the struggle with those three other ones, the installer, the operator, and the engineer, is these guys are doing, or gals, are doing these big projects,
jobs.
right? They we're going to get a phone call, hey, I need you in there next week. It's probably not going to happen. So that's a great thing that Interstate stepped up to the plate and saw this coming and got the certificate. I'm sure there's other folks out there that does it, but we know for sure that they do it and they do a great job.
Fantastic, fantastic. Open house, another hot topic, my friend. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you're just killing me here.
You were, well, who was it? One of the realtors said.
Realtors. Realtor. Very good.
Realtor.
He's getting it. Realtor. Tor.
One of them said you guys were the third, and is it Sunday? that you're
Sunday.
doing it?
Yeah, so
Yes.
we're having one on Sunday. I don't know if it's the third or not, but we're going to have an open house on Delphi over in Cascadia.
Hey, Gina, let's show some of those Delphi Cascadia photos, my friend.
Thank you. So, and we set up through the help of Michael Guthrie some protocols, and I think I sent them off to Judith if we can post them. So we're going to handle this very safely, very methodically, and hopefully it will go well. I've actually received a couple of phone calls from the national level folks wanting to know how, for me to let them know how we do. So we're going to do that now that I'm nervous. I'm wiggling in my seat now. But what we're going to do is we're going to have like a pre-showing setup where we're going to have 2 agents at the home. One agent will be in like a little table in the front. We'll have a bunch of sanitizer, masks and booties and all this stuff. Ask a couple of questions. Do you have a fever? Those kind of things on that end of it. And then we're only going to let one buyer group in at a time. So we're going to have the agent out front to help manage the flow of folks and make sure folks are 6 feet apart, all that kind of great stuff. Then we'll bring one buying group in there. We'll walk them through the process. When we're finished, we'll wipe everything down. We'll have all the doors open and cabinets open and all that stuff, which is normal protocol. And then if there's more than one buying couple and a buying group waiting, we're going to suggest you wander through the subdivision. I'm going to move this flag down.
Yeah, because I want to see you.
I can see you.
Yeah.
So.
How do you feel about it, Yonna?
I think that's definitely for us. It's sort of a pilot test run to figure out what works and what.
And it's a beautiful home.
It's a beautiful home.
Oh my gosh,
absolutely, it's a gorgeous home.
And the couple that owns it is watching.
They're
Yeah,
absolutely
thank you.
amazing folks, and thank you for allowing us to do that.
Just freshly painted too, by the way.
Freshly painted. So, and I think it's going to be, for us, I think it's going to be a really good opportunity to really get to know that particular buyer, what that person who's interested in coming in and seeing the home. And the opportunity for us to kind of help answer any questions. Naturally, we will abide by the rules and regulations. If they are working with a realtor, this is one of the first questions we're going to ask them. Are you working with a realtor, and who that person is, so we can report back to the particular realtor. At the same time, obviously, it's keeping everybody safe, and it's keeping everything in the home as safe as possible as well. The opportunities are definitely there to go ahead and have a good dialogue, have a good opportunity to talk more about the home, not only about the home, but also about the neighborhood, and see what it has to offer.
This
And this is a
comment-
beautiful home, by the
This
way.
comment just came in. Are you ready for this one?
Please.
This is from someone who lives in Cascadia. Andre lives right around here. He says, guys, this home will sell this weekend. Cascadia
Thank you.
is a very, very desirable neighborhood. We know this home. It is beautiful.
Absolutely. Thank
So-
you.
He lives in there.
Thank you. And I'm going backwards to the beginning of our show and conversation. So Xavier, if you have a moment.
Andre Xavier.
Andre, excuse me. If you have a moment, tell us your story, right?
Yeah, he
Your
has an
immigrant story. I'd
interesting
love
story.
to hear it.
Yeah.
Brazilian entrepreneur. Andre, give us a couple of bullet points
Yeah,
in the
love
feed,
to,
and we'll
love to hear
relay it on air.
Love to hear a story.
A travel entrepreneur and the
Yeah.
co-founder of CVille Network.
Yeah. Genius.
Cascadia neighborhood, Keith. Folks are asking about. I mean, you can't ask for a better location.
Well, that particular home is beautifully positioned, literally on the top of the hill. So, if you go out in the morning and you look out to your front through your front window, you actually can see the sunrise, and in the back you can see in the afternoon you can see the sun.
So
set.
I was-
It's beautiful.
And maybe, is Quentin still watching?
Quentin, are you still watching? Give us a nod, baby. Give us a nod, Quentin
So
Beckham.
he could probably confirm this number. I thought I brought it with me, but I didn't. NAR just did released a study that they did, and I believe the number was 68% of the people polled in this thing are ready to go back to open houses.
Yes.
So
And were those agents? Or
no,
citizens?
these are buyers.
Okay, so these are folks like me.
These are
everyday
buyers,
folks.
yeah, these are buyers, yeah. So we talk about this on the show all the time. One of the things I love about the National Association of Realtors, because we're number people, right? They have some great stats and resources to it, and their statistical team is top notch. And so I thought I had it on my phone, but I didn't. I believe it's 68%, and maybe Quentin can chime in if he's got a copy of it. The point of it is people are ready to do this, so we're going to give it a shot. We're going to be super safe. We're going to follow super protocols. I've been asked to report back in how it went. That's what I'm going to do. We're going to do it on Tuesday, report back in on how it went. But, the good thing about Cascadia and this open house, why we're so excited about it, besides the house, is if you and your wife wanted to see it and there's another buyer couple in there, we say, hey, could you please take a walk around the neighborhood for a few minutes? We're going to text you when it's ready, right? You can go on there's a playground right next to this, so.
Actually, two playgrounds. There's one on the top and one on by the
That's
pool.
exactly-
And
There's
that's
two
part of the
playgrounds.
process of
Yes.
buying a home,
Yes.
is walking around.
Well, it's funny you should say that. So normally, when I work with a buyer client in a neighborhood such as that, what I normally do is try to say, hey, let's wander the neighborhood for a while. Get out of the car and walk around.
Get the
There's
feel
nothing
of
like
it.
getting eyeballs at street level and just walk around and just see how it feels. Feels right, great. If it doesn't feel right, then it doesn't feel right on that. So that's great. So folks will get a chance to wander around a little bit.
A fabulous home, guys, in Cascadia, right across from Dardental Park. 8 minutes maybe to the downtown mall? I mean, you have 64 right around the corner, the amenities of Pantops. I mean, you guys, knock on fake wood. This is IKEA, Yonna. This is going to go.
So you can actually...
I'm doing it. Okay, you're not doing it too.
You can actually, you can bike from here.
Yes, you can. That's true.
To Cascadia. In what, 15 minutes?
No. You can bike from Cascadia to, say, Three Notch Brewery or Champion Brewery. Not that I've ever done that
Through
before.
the Ravenna Trail.
That's exactly right. You
Ravenna
just
Trail.
That's
you
correct.
just scoot through, go through Riverside Village, right?
Yes.
Chris Henry, our fine folks from Stony Point and Dairy Market.
And Chris is watching.
Yeah, Dairy Market. You can go right through this beautiful subdivision that they built and catch the trail, and bam, you're there.
But the
It's
home
not
has-
that I've ever done
The
this
home has
before.
just so much to offer. I
Yeah.
mean, it just,
The location
the
is
location
awesome.
is just perfect, and Mona and Trevor have done a tremendous job in adding the custom touches to it that is highly desirable and that people are looking for.
So I want to
we're
give a
very
shout out to
excited.
Chris again.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sure if he watched the show last Tuesday, and since he's on, the shout out on how innovative that company is with the condos that they built over at Riverside Village.
Atop of River Birch Restaurant and Grit Coffee. It's a phenomenal spot,
It
right next
is.
to the park.
No, so the condos are in the back next
Oh,
to
they
the
are?
river.
Okay.
Yes.
But what they built in there, they really got ahead of this. And Chris can chime in. I think it's the only one in the state of Virginia, or in some very from region on it. They built a car parking structure that's made out of solar panels. It's the coolest thing in the world, and it generates electricity for all the common space. So we talked about that on Tuesday. Since he's live, I wanted to give him a shout out.
Definitely.
Barb Simmons Kelly says you could even bike to Woolen Mills, and I have
That
for
is
you
true.
There you go.
That is true.
Andre Xavier's story.
Yeah, let's hear
Please.
it.
Okay, and Andre, I'm going to relay this to Yonna first. Yonna, I came to Charlottesville 14 years ago as a J1 intern at the Clifton Inn. I was making $10 an hour. I arrived with $200 cash in my pocket. This is from Andre Xavier.
Wow.
I met my wife, Charlie, 1 year later. We decided to get married 11 months after meeting. I left the Clifton as their FD manager, went to work at Keswick Hall, spent 5 years there, and became their director of guest services. So, I mean, and he's going to continue to tell us
Bravo.
the story. This is the American dream.
Bravo. This is exactly right. This is exactly right. Yeah, I mean.
Well, you got a
go-
book there from
go full school.
Brian Buffini, right?
Brian
Same
Buffini.
story.
Jamie.
gave me one.
I gave you one.
Yeah.
I know I did. So, and I read this book.
Came with $72 in his pocket.
He came with $92 in his
$92.
pocket. 19-year-old guy, and talk about American dream. I mean, he was just coming here to play soccer, and ultimately what he ended up doing. I mean, he has a very, very successful multi-million-dollar coaching and training company, and that's not just. He talks about it. This is just not his only business. He has 42 other little businesses on the side.
Somebody tag Jamie Norwell.
Yes, because
I'll tag her right now. Trevor Daniel says, thank you so much,
Oh.
Yonna Smith, for
Oh.
what you said about the home.
The home's
and thank
beautiful.
you for your story.
absolutely.
That's from Trevor
Thank you.
Daniel.
Thank you.
So I think
Yonna, do you want to hold the book up for the?
Oh, please, yes. Which way?
She loves this book.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
I get a little jealous. There's
And talk
pictures of Brian Buffini all
talk
over the
about-
house.
I mean, he's a good-looking guy over there.
I
And
have
it looks
to
like
tell
he's
you.
traveling in a
And he-
jet, a personal jet over here.
Thank you.
I'm trying to hang in there, man.
I
Trying to
have
hang
to
in
tell
there.
you, he's inspiring. And the thing is and I just found the additional information. The immigrant versus an immigrant. I mean, I'm an immigrant from Austria, but I'm an immigrant into the United States. So, and this is basically what he elaborates on, and the 7 traits that he describes in his book. I can only tell you, I'm trying to go ahead and live all of them as much as I possibly can. But one of them has to do with a heartfelt spirit of gratitude. And I wake up every day and I say,
That's you every day.
I say, my God,
Yeah.
thank you for the opportunities. And
Terry,
sometimes a
look who
little
she wakes up with.
genius.
No
Genius.
comment.
But
And she's still there.
Andre adds, Yonna,
Yes.
I went to work in Washington, D.C. at the Four Seasons.
Wow.
That is when I decided to return to Charlottesville and start my own business.
Bravo.
We started Charlottesville Travel 7 years ago, CVille Tours 6 years ago, and CVille Hop On 4 years ago. The United States is absolutely the land of opportunity. If you work hard, respect the rules, you will succeed. From Andre Xavier, the entrepreneur from Brazil.
Bravo, guy.
But I can beat Andre.
Oh.
Yonna and I got married after 3 months.
I
Only-
might be able to beat that.
I know
Oh,
that.
jeez.
I think that was a train ride or a flight.
It's an airplane.
Airplane.
I was coming back from our office in New Jersey. My wife's flying to meet her friend. She's working at Blackstone on Wall Street.
Yeah.
I see her in the airplane, switch seats. That's July 10th. By August 28th, she moved in with me.
That's
Quit her
amazing.
$150,000 job and moved in with me with no job. Her parents are said, "You're moving to Virginia? With who? And doing what?" It ain't easy, but you know, when you know, you know.
That's basically what my father said too.
Was he like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Well, we had a little bit of a rough time speaking to each other for a little while. So,
What was the initial reaction? Now he loves Keith.
oh, shock.
Well, he's passed on.
He's passed on. I think the initial reaction was, "Oh my God, I can't believe she's doing that." And I called him up. I mean, if you think about it now as a parent,
insane.
if my daughter
Oh,
would,
yeah.
would have done that to me, I probably would have
Try to talk around.
reacted.
Yeah.
No, I would have reacted probably the
Oh,
same.
by the way, I'm pregnant. I'm going to live in Canada, and I'm marrying this Marine.
Yes.
and oh, by the way, thanks, Dad, for put me on a track to be an ambassadoress. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
But you know what? The rest
Oh,
is
it's
history.
exactly
30
right.
Yeah, you wouldn't
It's
change a
exactly right.
thing.
No, I know. I wouldn't.
There's
And
not a single day that goes by that I don't feel blessed.
Yeah, and he came back many a times, and he said,
Oh,
how
we
much
became
he
the best of
appreciated
friends.
it. I mean, he was.
The first year was a little tough.
It was a little rough, but that's okay. It's normal.
I'm going to embarrass you guys a little bit.
Sure.
Okay, one of the things I've noticed with your relationship is you guys are like not only in love, but you guys are legitimately best friends.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Not a lot of couples
Yeah, we are best
are
friends.
best friends. I mean,
Yeah.
you can have a happy marriage. My wife and I, we're best friends. We do everything together. A lot of our friends are like, look, you know, we're in love. We respect each other. We're husband and wife, but we're not hanging out every day. You guys hang out all the time,
We
just
are.
like Lauren and I do.
We are together every day.
And sometimes it's easier than others.
What is she saying, Pete?
No, I'm just kidding. It's
The
it's
truth
how you
be
formulate
told,
a relationship.
This is a therapy session.
Yeah.
This is not a therapy session.
What are we doing a therapy session?
Christopher Eagle from Real Estate 3 is watching. Jeff Gaffney, hello. Andre Xavier
Jeff.
finishes by saying this. Keith, Charlottesville is an amazing city. It
It
has
is.
so much opportunity.
It
Our
is.
community is amazing and welcoming. I'm very thankful for every opportunity I was giving on my journey. I would never dream that I would be the owner of 3 businesses, successful businesses with over 35 employees, and that's a testament to Charlottesville.
Bravo.
It's a testament to him.
There's a testament to him. Yeah, absolutely. Bravo.
Saw an opportunity and took it.
Yeah. I
Good
mean,
for
just
you,
the
man.
fact that if you hear stories like this, on the cultural side and musical side, you know, I'm very musically sort of centered. The opening of the Paramount Theater here in Charlottesville was just,
Huge for you.
I mean, huge,
Yeah.
huge. I mean, that you're able to, you know, I'm an opera lover, and kind of bring this back into Charlottesville as an opportunity. It was just like, my God, I can't believe it. So, my dream is, hopefully, that one of these days we're going to have the New Year's Day concert being
Well,
televised.
you have to explain that.
Yeah, explain
Tell.
that.
So, New Year's Day is I would say celebrated quite festively back home, and one of the things that I grew up with, and very grateful for it. So the Vienna Philharmonic have a concert that they do every year on New Year's Day, and that concert is typically broadcasted worldwide. And we found means and ways where we can listen to it live, and we found means and ways that we actually can see it through PBS. But so my dream is that
Well, you got to say it's Strauss. They
it's
play-
Johann Strauss,
they
yes,
only
Johann
play
Strauss and the waltzes, and kind of giving everybody a good start of the new year. How about that? Celebrating. So my dream is that eventually we're going to have this here at the Paramount Theater, hopefully as
A live
broadcast.
simulcast.
A live simulcast.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, we'll send
Well,
you a link
hopefully.
on it, but it's, so our New Year's Day tradition is we listen to the New Year's Day Strauss
Strauss,
concert live.
yes.
We have lox and bread and champagne, and we go through a few bottles of champagne all day long.
Many comments coming in.
Uh-oh.
Are you
Oh,
ready?
wow, that definitely.
Michael Guthrie. I love
Oh,
Michael
thank you,
Guthrie
Mike.
on this program.
Thank you,
Chief
Mike.
Executive Officer of one of our fantastic sponsors, Roy Wheeler,
Thank
Realty
you.
Company.
Thank you. Thank you for our sponsorship. Thank
He
you.
says, Dottie's parents took a long time warming up to me as well.
No. Can't be. Can't be.
It's okay. It's okay.
That's just the nature of things. It's because we care about our kids, and
We
if
do.
they're leaving the
We
nest,
do.
we want to know
We do.
they're going to another nest that is a good nest.
Normal.
What did I tell you?
Normal nest. Yeah.
Normal.
What did I tell you when I asked you after actually I married to make sure that about my family?
Yes, you did.
What did you tell him?
I
Well,
said, I just
you're
want,
not just
before you
marrying
say
me.
yes, you're not just marrying
You're
me.
marrying it to you.
You're marrying
the
it,
Smiths.
and if you just take me and multiply it by a lot, that's my family.
Yeah.
Give me a 30-second snapshot into the Smiths at a holiday.
Oh, jeez.
What is that like?
Well, it's a lot of fun.
So we all hold hands
Yes.
and we all pray.
Yes.
Is this true?
This
Yes,
is true.
it's
true.
We do this. We do probably every other. Well, since COVID, we haven't done it, but pre-COVID, every other Sunday we have a family dinner. We grab hands, we pray. My prayer, as always, is, "Please God, tell me I'm adopted." Right? And everybody laughs, and we
Yeah,
have a
my
good
Lord.
time.
You literally say that?
I literally say that, yeah. And then we tell each other we love each other, and then get the hell out of the way because
Did you guys start digging in?
all hell breaks loose.
Do you guys have beverages, some adult beverages?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Could be.
Okay, good.
Could be. Could
But the
be.
funniest things are the conversations. I mean, you can never finish. You can start a conversation, but you can never finish it because
But
there's
we're also
so
eclectic, right? So James is our brother-in-law. We have races, nationalities, and different opinions, and nothing is off limits.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's my point. We
Yep.
pray, we tell each other, and then that's it, man.
My favorite part, and James is watching now, my favorite part was when he said when he came on the show, and when things start getting a little touchy, I beeline for Keith and we start talking so That's what he said. And I was like, that was hysterical.
Yeah, but it's all with love, man. It's all, we're a bunch of New Yorkers and stuff. We're very opinionated, so we'll tell you our opinion.
Did
But it
you-
doesn't mean we don't love you.
Did you share the cheesecake story?
I shared the cheesecake.
Yeah.
The poor man is lactose intolerant. Oh my lord!
And it took him about a year to tell us that he was
Jesus,
lactose
yes.
intolerant.
And-
So I found
Yes.
I found the report from NAR. 65% who attended an open house within the last year would do so without hesitation.
oh, good.
So not
that's
68.
getting better.
So what they did is they went back and they surveyed people that attended open houses in
Yeah.
the past, and 65% said that they would. So
You have questions coming in from the agents.
yeah, sure.
Good, please.
Okay, about
Yes,
the open
please.
house. Should we
Please.
throw them to you?
Sure.
So this question's come in from multiple agents. Dan also just asked this. 2 agents have asked this.
Mm-hmm.
What is the no-touch policy
Well,
when clients come into the open house?
So if you look at the infographic, we said avoid touching
avoid
surfaces.
touching the surfaces.
So
whenever
we
possible.
will, so if you're part of the board, I'm going to be with you, and I'm just going to guide you through the house and make sure you don't touch anything. And if you do, I'm going to ask you not to do it. Plus, we're going to give them gloves.
I just wanted to say, because that's typically how I show properties is with gloves and in the home and making sure that if I have to touch anything, I have
So,
gloves on and then.
In a very
through the surface.
respectful manner, we're going to over-communicate this stuff, give them the tools.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Mask, gloves, booties, and ask them, and then we're going to sanitize the house, and then we're going to have a trash can. When they're finished, if it's their own mask, they can keep it. If they're using one of our disposal masks, they can they'll throw away the gloves, they'll throw away the booties, and we'll just move on. But if you look at the infographic, one of the last ones says follow all directions of the showing agent.
So the license keeps coming up. Are we
The
checking
license?
licenses? That's another time this has been asked.
Yeah.
Why is this being asked? Can
Well,
you educate me here?
well, that probably has something to do with the most recent incident that we had with the Roanoke agent.
I think it might be for contact tracing, though.
I think it, so we're going to take names and numbers
Okay.
and emails and stuff like that. And, I haven't had an opportunity to talk to Michael about it because we've been a little busy, but I need to.
He's watching. You want me to ask him?
Yeah, just to see what his, as the broker, what his opinion is on that, and if the opinion is we need to do it, then we'll ask for a copy.
Why do you think that's coming up?
I think it's twofold. I think it's a security thing.
Yeah,
Right?
that's what I'm going.
I think it's a security thing, and we've covered that with 2 agents, so I
Yes.
feel comfortable with
Yeah.
that. It also may be a contact tracing thing if somebody comes up positive on it, but we're going to keep all the names and numbers and stuff like that, so I don't really think, I'm a little uncomfortable keeping somebody's,
There's some personal.
there's personal information. Yeah, so let's see what Michael has to say on it, but thanks for the questions. We'll find out, this is a learning process everybody's
is.
going through, and we're
Like I
going
said,
to
it's
share.
pilot for us. It's a pilot open house for us.
We're going to
for sure.
share information across the board, share the information with Carr.
You have a lot of car. I think you're going to have Carr watching you guys do this on Sunday and then watching Tuesday. No pressure, but I think that's what's happening here.
We're just going to do us, so we're going to do our thing and be super respectful and super safe, and we'll see how the public reacts. We think it'll be good.
I do too.
If NAR's numbers are right, we'll find out.
Well, that kind of also shows you that the confidence is coming back.
Consumer confidence.
Good consumer confidence is coming back, and that's a good sign. And we have seen it also with.
How so?
Well, buyers are coming back out again, and they're more. I would say they're feeling more comfortable walking into homes, especially if you explain the process to them. And by the way, it's all age groups that are concerned. It's not just one particular age group or not the others. So because I showed enough property last week that I can honestly tell you that some of them are not familiar with the process. Some of them you really have to explain why. And but for the most part, consumer confidence is coming back. Sellers, we're very fortunate that we've had a good discussion with 3 of our clients who are going to bring their home on the market in the near future. So they're feeling more confident. They're very excited about the opportunity to be in a market where people are actively looking, and where there's good product out there to be offered. And as far as we are concerned, we can only learn. We definitely, this is the first run that we're going to do, and probably there's going to be some adjustments that we have to make.
Because do you have one the following weekend?
We'll
do,
have
yeah.
one at the lake in the following weekend, yes.
We have 2 the following weekend. You're going to do one at the lake, I'm going to do one at Prophet Ridge.
Prophet Ridge.
Prophet Ridge, yeah.
So,
Who's watching?
Yeah.
yes.
So-
So it's just going to be really, so this is not a one-fit-all scenario. This is just probably something that we need to figure out what is really the best for everybody involved.
So what I love about this show is the long format and the interactive.
Yeah, people can come in and out.
Come in and out.
And then
do all-
watch it later on demand.
Totally, yeah, the long format, the evergreen nature, and the back and forth. But as Yonna was talking, I don't know who was asking that license question, because I can't see them.
Dan cut it, and then Guthrie gave you a response if you want the response.
Sure.
Please.
So Michael Guthrie, who's the CEO of Roy Wheeler, a leader in this community undoubtedly, he says the driver's license is for contact tracing. The key is if you're going to make it a policy, it has to be the same policy for every person that comes into the house.
That's correct, yeah. That's
Agreed.
correct. Yeah, I agree with that.
Got it.
You're going to love this comment. Brandon and Kristen Harrop. This is always a good show. We love to
Thank
watch
you.
it. But gentlemen, it's way better when Yonna joins the group.
He's so
It's
funny.
way better when Yonna joins
he's
the
so
group.
funny. He is such a.
Thank you,
Brandon.
and Kristen Harrop.
Note taken.
Thank you, Brandon.
More Yonna.
He's an amazing artist. He's our photographer.
Aaron, no, I think we've known that. Aaron Watson, the fabulous photographer, is watching the program as we speak right now. You have 5 firms watching your show.
Cool.
Oh, good.
So we're going to talk about the economy thing.
Yes.
We're going to actually close with a video we created. So when will the economy, it just kind of talks a little bit, it's a little 50-second thing. But Judah, if you wouldn't mind, slide 1. So this is from Freddie Mac. And a lot of folks are talking about, why is this recession, because that's frankly what we were in, I think.
I think that's safe.
We're coming out of it, guys.
I think we're coming out of it. So this is a very much, and we talked about this V, and we're going to talk some numbers here in a little while. I think when this started in March, we were having this debate on V, you and I.
Sure.
Is it deep or is it
I
going
think
to
it's
be?
a V with real estate. It might not be a V with employment and the economy in totality, but a V with real estate.
And I would agree 1,000% with you, and that's where I was going to go. So thank you for finishing my train of thought
Again.
again, and yet again.
Please too. You too. It's just the
We spent a lot of
funniest-
time together.
You're just the funniest thing.
Okay, who spends more time with Keith? You are number one. Am I number two?
Sure, if it makes you feel better.
Who's number two? It's not your daughters.
It's totally you.
It's not your daughters anymore. They don't live here. Who is number two?
My dog.
Your beagle?
My beagle.
But you love your beagle because he's deaf and blind, so he
She.
just sits there and you talk to him.
She.
Oh, she, sorry.
She. It's a she. But my grandson walks her every morning.
Yep.
She's beautiful.
So, sure, Jerry, it's you.
Thank you, Keith.
Makes him feel all better now.
You feel better? You better? Good. So the slide says, after the Great Recession, it took us 10 years. Again, I 1,000% agree with you. Real estate did this. Certain section of the economies are doing this before it goes up. And it's just the industries and certain economies is going to do that. But real estate clearly did this. According to Freddie Mac, it took us 10 weeks to bounce back.
10 weeks.
Less than 10 weeks, they're
Less
saying.
than 10 weeks. And if you look at the second slide, Judah, thank you. This is an actual tracking of going from January of 19 until May of 2020. And you can pretty much see where the V is. The picture of it is pretty darn, that's about as sharp as a V as you can get. And I can't see if it's on screen or not, but
Oh, he's got it on screen. Judah, give us a thumbs up. And you want to hear something that's going to make you really happy? Since we started talking about the fireworks show, we just got an extra $120 in donations.
only 120?
Put the GoFundMe link back on screen. Look.
Nice.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Thank you.
But we can do more, though.
We can do more.
We can do more.
Give us more money. GoFundMe link. It's going
More
to the
money.
Blue Ridge Area Food Bank. Blue Ridge Area Food Bank.
What movie was that?
More money, more problems. I think that was
No,
Puff Daddy and Biggie Smalls.
What? Huh?
And there it is.
What the hell is that? A Puff Daddy? Is that
Sean P. Diddy Combs.
is that like
my
a cereal or
and
something?
Christopher Wallace. Yes,
Puff Daddy is a cereal?
Yes, this is cereal. I had some this morning.
There you go. There
Oh,
you go.
that's why.
So let me see what time we got here.
We got plenty of
We got time.
Yeah.
We're having fun.
Yeah, this is so fun.
So what we learned today, more Yonna.
More
Oh,
yoga.
thank
So we
you.
got to figure out. We got to restructure our show coordinations and planning to get more Yonna.
How fun is this show? I mean, I looked at the clock for the first time, and we're at 11:15.
Are you
Don't
serious?
you feel
Wow.
like it's been 10 minutes?
Totally. It's fun.
But let's keep going. This is so fun.
That's because I spend so much time with you, Jerry.
Did you think it's been an hour?
No, I did
No.
not.
Yeah.
I have
I
a-
forget this stuff is here.
I have a question for you, Jerry.
Yes, please.
Do you know a famous Austrian who immigrated into this country and was very, very successful? Do you have any idea who that
A
could be?
famous Austrian that immigrated? No, I don't. Besides Yonna Smith?
No, not quite there yet. Billy Wilder is
Okay.
one of them.
Yeah.
Hedy Lamarr. I don't know if that means anything to you. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
We know Arnold.
Arnold, we do know.
I'll be back.
Otto Preminger was
Yep,
another
knew that one.
one. Ferdinand Porsche.
Who?
Ferdinand Porsche, the guy who invented the Porsche, the car,
Yeah.
had something to do with that. And Hedy Lamarr had a very interesting story. I just was reading up on this morning. She was also the co-inventor of the Spectrum, which is a radio technology.
I think she was
Brilliant.
Oh,
Brilliant lady.
she was very.
we're going to the Judah camera. It's
There you
rare
go.
that he wants to
Judah
jump
cam.
in like that.
Judah Cam. Tell us
Judah
about
camera, please, Judah.
There is no Judah cam. We've got all the cameras on you guys today.
Oh,
gee,
that's
oh,
right.
gee,
That's
oh.
on. The Judah cam went to Yonna. Okay, can you talk and look into the studio cam so we can see your beautiful brain?
Oh man, I like it.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
He's got something smart to say.
Oh, please.
Let's see.
Okay, what do you got, Judah?
Let me switch the camera.
Okay, Judah Wicker, our director here.
All right. So from what I understand, Hedy Lamarr was a brilliant woman who not only was a great actress, but she was also an inventor. And she, I mean, not just like she invented one thing that made her famous. She was like
Yeah.
literally, researching,
Really?
and inventing stuff nonstop.
Wow.
So, if
that's-
somebody can
that's-
chime in on the feed, I think it actually was the basis of radar.
That
right?
I didn't
That's
know
a lot of
that.
money.
That,
I think
that,
you're
I
right.
believe it was the basis of radar, and so she immigrated prior to World War II. if
yeah, I mean, I
remem-
didn't
if remember the
check
story
out all
right.
the
Yeah.
dates yet, but I have to tell you, I was absolutely amazed.
Billy Wilder's another great
Billy
one.
Wilder, Some Like It Hot, one of the
Sure.
most funniest movies that you ever wanna, at least in my book. Christoph Waltz, the actor Christoph Waltz.
Is he an American now?
He is an American.
I
He has
did
an
not
He
know.
American
immigrated
citizen.
from Austria.
He's Austrian.
He's
yeah.
Austrian, yes.
Scary dude. You ever see them in the movies that he
Well,
does?
this
He's
is
just
Quentin
a-
Tarantino.
Quentin Tarantino.
That guy's a scary dude in general.
Oh,
What's going on
he
with
is-
that guy's
he's-
mind.
You
He does
know.
a heck of a job with movies.
I gotta tell you, I love his movies.
He does.
So, do we
Anyhow.
want to go over numbers or save that for next?
I would love to go with numbers.
All right.
That's my favorite thing.
It looks pretty interesting.
Yeah. So, kind
interesting.
of in comparing to the V, the second slide that we put in, what I decided to do this morning in my highly technical spreadsheet that I have
Here's
here.
your handwriting.
Really?
Yeah, I can read it. I can't read most people's handwriting. I can read that.
Well, you just made his day.
You made my day.
You
You're
just
probably
made
the
his
only
day.
person.
They say you scribble?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I can't read. It's clear.
it's clear.
Yeah.
Yes.
2020, that 25-mile radius. You have a copy in your thing.
Oh,
right?
okay, sorry.
So
Thank you, distinguished gentlemen.
So on Tuesday, I got yelled at for not giving him a copy, so he has a copy now.
Thank you, sir.
So we're all on the same page,
Thank you,
okay?
Keith.
We're all on the same page?
Thank you, Keith.
Good Lord. 2020,
Okay.
sold in the month, so I did March, April, May, June, and then on the bottom is February as a benchmark of 2020. But in March, 25-mile radius, I dropped out new construction out of it. Single-family attached, detached, and condos. 229 units were sold. The column to the right is 219 versus 2019, excuse me. 236 was sold. Median price point was 320. 2019 was 284, so we're up in March. Days on market is 28 in 2020, 35 in 19, so we're down on that. April, 220 sold in 2020, 252 in 19. Median was 333 versus 309 in 19.
That price is going up.
That's exactly right.
That's exactly
Days
what
on
the trend
market was
is.
pretty much on par. May, 260 versus 349 in 2019, so that's a substantial drop in May. June, 307 versus 399, another drop, and I suspect you're going to see July bounce back up. So I just kind of wanted to we were kind of tracking that V, that the nationwide is coming here. We've talked about this on the show a bunch of times. There seems to be a pretty large increase in dollar value year
Yeah.
over year.
Because it's the lack of inventory.
It is.
And you have multiple
Yeah.
buyers fighting for the same home, so it's
That
driving
is
the
correct.
price.
It's a lack of inventory.
Yeah. So, layman's perspective, learn from you. Can I throw this to you?
Sure.
Please.
2020 versus 2019. The only things I'm seeing here is less inventory and prices going up.
Yeah, but they're not going up. They're not going up.
It's not,
Insane.
they're going up, but it's not that.
Yeah, so
that-
this is not this 2008
What do you
run
think?
up.
It's a couple percentage points?
I think so,
Yeah,
because if
so
you look
it's-
at June, I mean, the median in June is 330.
And I'm sorry, everybody, I
And it's
wish,
equal to
It's equal to
2019.
2019.
Yeah.
However, the days on market have increased a little bit, and that could possibly also have something to do with the fact that people are going on vacation.
I was trying to do a slide, but I ran out of time this
Well,
morning.
and this is why, based on these trends, this is why you were trying to do a double or nothing bet on Q3, because clearly the distinguished gentleman is looking at trends from March, April, May, and June, and he sees that the market is improving, inventory is coming back on the market, and prices are going up.
Oh, look at
This
this.
is a smart dude over here.
We're out of time. Well, I actually was going to stop by yesterday and I ran out of time, which is get the damn bottle of bourbon and give it to you now.
Next time, well, let's get Michael here, let's have a beverage on the show.
No, not at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Why, you think that would look weird?
No, I can't drink at 10 o'clock.
Okay. Just
I'm a
little
wimp.
bit.
I'm
Just
a
a
wimp.
sip.
I'm a wimp.
Scott Byers watching the show.
Hey, Scott.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Hello.
He does some awesome stuff.
Oh my gosh, such a great journalist.
He's a
Very
great
much so.
journalist, and what he does for this community is huge.
How about, before we go into the video, how about, ladies first, the folks that are watching. Consumer confidence, the only thing we're missing. Address that. Consumer confidence, now's the time.
Take advantage of what you have. The interest rates are probably as low as they're ever going to be.
In our lifetime.
I don't know if in our lifetime, but at least in my lifetime, I would say. And take advantage of it. I mean, if you are able to get qualified, go out and contact a realtor and look for your home, look for your dream home. For the sellers also, I have to say, if they have been in a home for any more than 10, 15 years and they're considering refinancing, think again. Maybe you want to go ahead and, take advantage of the equity that you have and get yourself into a new home. So
It's an interesting thought on that. We're
Thanks.
starting to see the trend.
Yes.
People were not putting their houses on the market. It was a vicious cycle because they had nothing to buy, right?
Yeah.
So you're starting to see the inventory go up, which is great.
Oh yeah, it's good sign.
Right, which is a good sign, which means if the inventory is going up, then people want to put their houses on the market because they got something else to buy.
Sure.
Right, because you just don't want to end up homeless. I was trying to pull up another stat here. I just read something that I think it was Freddie Mae, one of the Fannies. I can't remember, or Freddies. I can't remember what it is, but they were projecting a decrease in the rate to like 3% or pretty darn close to
3%. You say?
yeah,
Really?
I'm trying to find it so I don't give a bad information
Well,
here.
so that goes along the same thought that if somebody was really looking to refinance, rather than refinance, if you have been in the home long enough and the equity has built up, you may be able to go ahead and buy yourself a new home.
and
Doesn't necessarily mean you have to use up all your equity that you have, because there's enough loan programs out there that you don't have to put 20% down anymore. So.
oh, nobody puts 20%
Yeah,
down
so
anymore.
it's just
very
this is a
rarely
misnomer,
anyway.
yeah.
But the thing is, and we'll talk about this in some other shows, and I just don't have time to pull up the stats here. Versus 2008 in this recession, the equity or the appreciation, I should say, in the homes are going up. 2008 and 9,
the opposite.
it was the opposite
Was the
direction.
opposite.
So we have year-over-year appreciation. We have low interest rates. We didn't talk about jobs. Some jobs are coming back, which is
They
good.
are.
That's true.
Yeah.
Right.
This week,
Underneath-
Yes.
most jobs came back since the pandemic hit, and the lowest unemployment rate now since the pandemic hit. It's still 11.4%. So it's still high.
It's still high, but it's better than what it was.
better than what?
Better than what it was.
Almost half.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Almost
It went from about 24% to 11.4%.
So that's half.
good.
That's more than half.
Yeah.
That's good news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, now's the time, guys. It's if you're in the market, now's the time to do it.
Absolutely.
I love it. So this is, hey, Dave Varell's watching in either Virginia Beach or the Outer Banks. Tim says,
Enjoy.
guys, I've watched the show from start to finish. This was one of your best ones.
Thank you.
It's because of this young lady.
Thank you.
I completely agree. Kelly Jackson, welcome to the broadcast.
Make me blush.
Are we?
You
are
can
blushing?
see it. You can see.
Are you? I like your mask.
Thank.
Well, that was given to us by Beth
Yeah.
Beth.
Hyder.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
she dropped it off here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
So,
Because
I
I didn't
shared
have
it with
enough
you.
time to sew. Sorry.
Do you want? We're going to close with a video. Do you want a final word?
Yeah,
Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July.
Enjoy your celebration.
Wave our flag.
wave our flags. But more importantly, right, listen
Yep.
to people, learn,
Yep.
be kind to one another, right? We're all Americans here. Let's act like it, and act. Listen, learn, and act.
In the pursuit of happiness.
The pursuit of happiness. Jerry's opening line.
The tagline for the show.
There you
Yeah.
go. There you
There you
go.
go. Judah Wickhauer is our director. You're getting props from multiple people that you're looking sharp. Judah Wickhauer, including Michael Guthrie and Barbara Lundgren. Michael says the new construction solds increased
Oh,
to
yeah.
almost 19%
Oh, wow.
versus just 15% in second quarter of 2019, probably because they were easier for consumers to see during COVID-19.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you. That was in my notes. I didn't get to it. That was a huge jump. And that I think you're going to see trends, and that's something we're going to bring some of the new construction guys back on and say.
Why is new construction easier to see?
Because it's a construction site, right? They're vacant homes, the construction sites. It's
Well, I
just
think-
easier to get around.
I think it also has something to do with the fact that some of the builders are putting spec homes up nowadays, that they're more or less move-in ready and ready to go. At least this is what we are hearing. So they kind of built through that COVID crunch, and I think there's more product on.
So
available
talk
for
about
them.
hot markets and stuff like that. We've got a client that we're trying to do a new construction in Spring Creek, which, by the way, you and I got a meeting tomorrow. Thought I'd tell you that now.
Thanks, appreciate it.
In the morning, just so you know.
You heard it here, Jerry.
You didn't really think you were going to play the therapist role, but you are.
I love you guys. This is fun for me.
But, so I was reaching out to, it was Stanley Martin, actually, and they told me last Saturday and Sunday, they wrote 12 contracts out there.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely
Inventory is, their biggest struggle is going to be what we're always talking about.
What's the dirt for them,
It's the
right?
dirt inventory for them.
Yeah.
And that's expensive.
That is very expensive.
Dirt inventory.
My friend Judah Wickower, do we have a video ready to go?
Oh, sorry, we're way over.
We've got it.
Okay.
Ready to go.
We're gonna see a video here as we close on Real Talk, guys.
Judah, thanks, brother. Thanks for everything you do, man.
Happy 4th to all
These
of you.
two, so modest. I'm gonna say it for them. Trusted advisors in the game. These two, I've spent 19 months next to him, a lot of time next to her. They care so much for their clients. They will go to the wall for you. And that's the YES Team Realtors. Trusted advisors in this game. We want to wish everybody a happy 4th of July. We got another $25 just donated to the GoFundMe.
Let's just keep on talking. Maybe we'll get some more money.
In the last hour, we have had 2,100 and, gee Louise, we've had 100, 200, 100, and 200. So
Nice.
we've had $240.
Nice job. Thank you, guys.
Donate.
Thank
You
you.
see the timestamps.
See it.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
204. Get the GoFundMe link on there if we could, and then we go to the video. Is that
Please.
what the plan
Perfect.
is?
Please.
Please.
Cool. Enjoy your 4th of July, guys. Take care. Great show. Yonna, you killed it. Seriously, you killed it.
Fun, fun, fun.
Great show. Great show. This is pretty awesome, isn't it? Where like you talk about it, and then you see people act.
Well, it's
That is amazing stuff that you put this together.
It's
And we're clear. He's got the mic turned off.
cameras off too.
Video's playing.